What's up, my fellow pandas? Jack here, and I was in Shiny Reanimated. Holy crap! You're probably wondering where this all started. Well, it was quite a few months ago now when Schaffrillas tweeted that he was looking for animators. So I sent him my stuff, and then he DM'd me saying, "Hey, you wanna be in Shiny Reanimated?" And I was like, "Hell yeah, I do." And the rest is history. So, without further ado, here's the shot I picked and how I made it.
Far you can get on those two.
When I broke down the shot in the actual movie, I looked at it and went, okay, how do I do this? Well, it's a cinematic animatic blend. For those of you who are unfamiliar with the terms, there are two types of movement in animation. Cinematic movement being when a character moves through a scene, like they walk through it, and animatic movement where you have the background moving and a character standing still. So when I say it's a blend of the two, I mean the background is moving in an animatic loop while the characters continue to move through it. So when doing this scene, I decided to start with Tamatoa. You see, I started with him because there's a lot of moving parts to him and figured that's gonna be the hardest part. So when I start any piece of art I do, I start with what I like to call skeleton frames. Basically, they're like an outline of what things are gonna be. It's basically a stick person. As you can see, it starts with him like way off screen with only his antenna and a bit of a claw showing there. And then he starts to move forward. And I use different colors each one because I had all these layers on top of each other and it got really confusing when I originally started doing it all in red like usual. So you can see him inching forward, swaying side to side. There's an emphasis on squash and stretch, especially right here. He's kind of in a groove of it, even though he's being threatening. And basically, here's what that draft ended up looking like.
Far you can get on those two.
So after that, I added my animatic loop to the background. The animatic loop is literally just one picture where I went into effect controls and keyframed it so it moves that fast. It's a pretty simple thing to do, animatic loops. Especially if you do animate the way I do through Premiere. And then you may notice, hey, those skeleton frames from earlier have line art now. Holy crap. Yeah, so I did the line art and everything starts to come together more. You can see more of the vision now. You can see the claw movements and just how much detail actually went into those. And it turned out looking like this.
Far you can get on those two.
So you'll notice it was a bit choppy in the last one. So I decided to clean it up with some smear frames, creating a more fluid motion. And you can see he's just looks way better now, moving side to side, that extra emphasis on squash and stretch. And I'm really happy with how he turned out. And he ended up looking like this.
Far you can get on those two.
Moana was interesting to animate because if you see my other work, a lot of my running loops or my walk cycles, they are very uniform, but Moana's panicking here. So she's just gotta spastically run, which is really interestingly portrayed in these skeleton frames. I had a lot of difficulty with Moana, I'm gonna be honest. Like, the skeleton frames were, I hate them. I think they look really bad. If you look at them, there's like no logic, no sense of rhythm to it at all. You get that nice oh shit moment that she turns to that ends up looking really good in the end, where she turns around, starts running again, and she picks up her speed again as like I said, catches up, she starts picking up speed. It is satisfying, but it's not like I wasn't happy with it. So here's how that ended up looking like.
Far you can get on those two.
So then I colored in these Moana frames, gave it the line art. There's no smear frames yet though, you'll notice. So it still looks insanely choppy, but this turn here, the oh shit moment, looks way better because you'll notice I added an extra frame of her turning. And there's actually a couple extra frames added to this compared to the original skeleton frames, just because I needed it to look better than what it did, because it looked like shit.
Far you can get on those 2 little.
And then finally, it was just a matter of adding the smear frames to Moana to make her as fluid as Tamatoa, where you'll notice, hey, look, everything adds up, everything looks good. This is a fluid hand-drawn animation. And of course, the final product, as you've all seen, looks like this.
Far you can get on those 2 little.
So overall, I'm pretty proud of how my Shot and Shiny Reanimated looked, and I'm proud to have worked with so many other talented animators and a talented creator like Schaffrillas. This is just a really cool experience, and I can't believe I got to have it, and I'm really grateful. Schaffrillas, thank you for letting me do this project with you, and to the rest of the team, you guys are some of the most wholesome people I've ever met, and all of you are so cool. And thank you for being so supportive and kind. Like, seriously, to the regular audience, you guys have no clue how nice these people are. You should go check out all of them. And with that, have a wonderful day. Make sure to like and subscribe, and I'll see you later. Bye!